I don't feel completely good right now, but we gotta keep the show going on as we try to do a chainsaw achievement because I think I actually forgot about Moriko for a second. So we are gonna head to the character select, but right before that, we're gonna hit quick play just so I can see what I'm randomizing. But we are gonna also set character perks because otherwise, what's the point of playing as Moriko? But yes, 7th curse into Azal it seems, so yeah, let's get that done. The other part of this is that, boy, I actually did forget about picking Moriko, so we can at least try to do it now. But as we get into Azal 7th curse character exclusive Moriko runs here, or a run at least, yeah, we can start the review on Moriko. I mean, I'm gonna say the same thing. Starting with the weapon's pretty good, and Moriko is built for the old shotgun, which is one of the only, if not the only, good firearms, or the best one at least, relative to the rest. Mainly because of damage and speed altogether, and the accuracy isn't bad either. Light, second encounter, Takushi-san, charisma, knowledge, and maybe a second mystery check. And for the purposes of lowering RNG, we will pick one that allows me to at least get the chainsaw. And really the only requirement, well, there are 2 requirements, but both requirements are that you need the hardware store. So you need a mystery where you can go in town and get a light source mainly, but you also need painting because, yeah, the hardware store, you need to get the fuel in. If it were just a light source, yes, you could theoretically have a no town mystery run, but because you need the fuel from the hardware store, you need access to the town. So, yeah, also we just got Mind Drain, pretty good. Very good. Extremely good, but yeah, all we need to do is painting and a town mystery. Those are the only 2 requirements, and I did not get one, so I did not get painting. Here's painting. Then there's Mermaids, Recluse, Flood, and Akamanto. So perfectly fine. It's just, boy, this does not feel good. Recluse into Akamanto. Oh my goodness, we might have to take painting 4th. And then maybe we chainsaw Mermaids. I think there's one for defeating an enemy with a chainsaw too, but since we have Mind Drain, I don't feel so bad at the moment. That being said, yeah, Azal might throw a wrench in things. Though thankfully, since we have 7th curse, we won't have any allies, or very few allies, I should say. And yeah, I should not have enabled a cult store here. I should have done something else. But we do need stuff. I did not get a light source or fuel, so you are kind of rolling on RNG for a moment as I continue rolling on RNG because I am not getting either the fuel or a light source. Actually, no. Okay, so obviously the game just showed me that there is fuel here, but we're gonna tree for funds instead because this is not gonna be good for me. Not bad curse RNG there, but could have been a lot better. Yeah, the game just decided to troll me a bit. I think the heavy-duty flashlight isn't unlockable, but even assuming that we didn't have it, that was quite bad RNG. But after this, we should be pretty fine. Downtown... I almost said hardware store again for some reason. Downtown hospital, max threat level. High threat level, school. Well, none of these are great. What am I doing again? Recluse, Flood, Akamanto, and then Mermaids. So, I mean, thankfully we're out of town a lot, but also if we get roads closed, we're also in a bit of trouble. So, here's hoping. We do have Akamanto, so our Doom is actually okay right now. It's just, yeah, I got pretty unlucky there. So I guess I really didn't need to not reroll mysteries if my RNG is going to be like this. So yeah, we'll move on. Aside from that, yes, Moriko is built into perception anyway. There are quite a few ways to lose perception, but you normally will not be getting things like that. So you should be comfortable with the amount of perception you get. Moriko starts with 2 bullets, thankfully, as well, so you don't have to worry as much about that either. That being said, you will suffer under certain conditions. Mainly, you know, as great as your combat is, the rest of Moriko's perks aren't as great, so yes, when you run into Zektas, like other characters, you will experience some event problems. But again, normally having a weapon is better anyway. And then the Blessed Shell for Prepare is not bad if you have the Doom to spare. I just personally don't use it as much because, well, I worry about Doom a lot more. But if you have the Doom to spare, it's pretty good. I will say that much. So, already right here, you can do 3 attack boosts into an attack twice per turn. Again, pretty good. I shouldn't feel too bad about missing that, though we do need a Mind Drain again. So, yeah, we have Masochistic, and we have Flood as well, which is also going to be very bad for me, but I would rather that than take all damage here. That being said, we do need to enter Flood at some point, so we have a lot of worries. But for Flood, we can save the bullets here. It's a very Moriko-specific thing, because you can't handcuff the boss of Flood, so it is better for me to save the bullets here and use them in Flood rather than the thing. I think Fire Action can hit enemy B, right? I don't know why I'm forgetting that at the moment, but we'll move in instead. And alternatively, because we have Flood and we have Akamanto's Mask here, I can use the Blessed Shell during Flood to get extra damage in, but again, that's a worry for later. So here I should feel pretty confident about doing this. Let me just make sure. 2, 12, 14. Yeah, I should be able to do this. Yeah, all things considered, while Moriko's stat spread is relatively lower than most base characters, I think, on average, you still get enough to, you know, work. And that's basically Perception and Strength for my liking. That being said, I also have the Flashlight equipped, but normally it's not, again, having this much perception is not much of an issue. 2 attack boosts into an attack twice per turn is really, like, I need to stress how good it can be. Also, that being said, we need to enter Recluse now. Otherwise, we might die. Each item in inventory. Well, alright, cool. Do that. We can sell the library notes. We shouldn't need to, though. We don't need the Blessed Shell either, and then the fuel can also wait, so yeah, let's make sure we don't increase Doom unnecessarily. And I think Akamanto is my second mystery, so just making sure of that. We do have Mind Drain as well, so I effectively have more reason than I think at the moment, especially with Mind Drain. But if I need to forget spells, I can do that as well. Now I really regret not enabling the vending machines, but hey. But yeah, nice 12 roll. Oh, I forgot I didn't get the doll. I didn't get the doll. That would have been important here. Well, too late now. That would have been actually very important because I have Flood in a moment, but I forgot about that. Again, I mostly skipped the doll for whatever reason in the past, so we're going to actually take the reason hit here. And yeah, we're going to use Mind Drain a lot. The doll would have been very, very helpful here, but I do save on Doom for not using the equipping the fleshy toy, and I think I need the doll, toy doll. Still though, as I just said, 1, we need Doom, and 2, I would have been switching something out, and I think the flesh version is a C item, so yeah, well, just trade blows here. I can't cast Mind Drain too much, so that being said, I forgot because I did math wrong. Oh my sweet goodness. We're gonna do a salty run back, by the way. My math. Anywho, Goizo Medical History Character Exclusive, Moriko. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Yeah, that just made me so salty. That would have been a very good run to do stuff. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I do know why I do. It's because my brain sometimes shuts down, but not seriously, but you get the point. Goizo, by the way. So, as we get into our next run here, hopefully this will be a bit better. That run was, I mean, it was actually quite standard for 1.0, but I just flubbed that because I thought I did more damage than I did. I must have thought I had, like, I must have thought Mind Drain does Ghostly Spears damage, as we have a second, maybe. Strength, Knowledge, every single stat check. Because Ghostly Spear does do 6 damage and Mind Drain only does 5. I don't know why I would think that, but maybe we get better luck in the hardware store. If not, this is going to be a very interesting run. Still, though, we have the medical kit to sell, at least, if I need to, for funds. I probably will, considering I want the light source and a thing. But we just have to make sure we have painting, which we don't have. So we're going to reroll until we see painting on the board. You can tell because it has a picture of what assumably is an art piece. Unless I skip past it, because I don't recognize the symbol right away. We'll take the very first, yeah, so this mountain of, well, I just think Mount Fuji here. I don't know why. Painting, Arms, Akamanto, Hell, and Flood. Well, we have Flood again. We don't have Recluse anymore. Still, I'm gonna pick Akamanto first. Oh, do I want to do that? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it and see what happens. Nonetheless, the strategy is near the same if I'm trying to go for this achievement. If I didn't need to get this achievement, Moriko has quite a lot of Doom to work with. That's the other part of Moriko. It comes with being a character with a weapon, a good weapon anyway. Some people like to switch out weapons if they don't think the weapon is good enough, but I personally just like to stick with the weapons you get. Scalpel, old shotgun, to some extent the Lucky Bat, but I think in my mind that character is an exception. So, as we do this and enter the hardware store one more time, we need a light source. Okay, good. That's a thing. If we get out of funds, we'll take a stam or reason hit to the face. Reason because we're in Akamanto right now, as I just said. Also, that allows me to skip a school event in a weird way, but hey. So yeah, we definitely have downtown. I don't think we have any hospital mysteries, so... And by hospital mysteries, for those who don't know, I mean coma or ward. And with that said, let's visit the monument once, just to lower our doom a bit. And also use these funds, but lower doom a bit. We do want these handcuffs on us. And yeah, we'll move on. Well, yeah, normally it's a very good start. If for no other reason than yes, using guns, well, by design, or the thought is that you use guns and you shoot with the guns with the bullets that the game gives you to... Hold on, let me just focus here. Yeah, okay. You use the bullets from the guns to take down hard enemies, usually bosses, but sometimes it's a bit questionable. But firing once per turn is quite intended, usually. If you can fire twice a turn, it's not much because you need bullets anyway, but it would be great to fire twice in a turn at times. So we're actually going to do this to lose reason, because I don't want to lose stamina. And yeah, we do the same thing here. We brace into a guaranteed kick. And then you do this. I highly suggest you do this if you're in the 4 stamina situation that I'm in. But that's also assuming you can do handcuffs. I'm not going to assume everyone can do this. So yeah. And then we'll also equip this now. No reason not to. I mean, there is a reason not to, but as we take deft handling... Yeah, to review Moriko's perks really quickly, the other 2 or 3 are... I think Moriko has... only 2 others, but funny enough, if the less perks you have, if those perks are good, the better off you are as a character, so that you're not rolling on perks that, you know, don't do as much for you. I was about to mention a character, but I mean, that perk for that character isn't bad, but would be great to get something else. I could enter painting now. Yeah, we'll enter painting now. If we die to stamina, then I guess that's just my RNG. Like, then we'll do another Moriko video if I mess this up. But until that moment, oh boy, I didn't want to see that, funny enough. But we'll deal with it. We are on Goizo, so he can choose to run. So, yeah. And we're probably going to run from a lot of things in the mansion anyway. But if need be, we'll use the Blessed Shell. Like, there's... Also, we have Book of Gore now, but we immediately get Broken Jaw, that we throw that out the window. Oh my sweet goodness. Well, we're definitely getting rid of this. I would like Moriko's other perks. They're pretty good. That being said, now we have a chainsaw. So at least we can do that. And I guess the thought behind this is that the chainsaw... Well, you're getting it with Moriko for the achievement, so maybe, just maybe, I'm not going to say this for certain, maybe the developer thought that since you're using a character that uses perception with the old shotgun, that you changed the chainsaw was a strength-based weapon. Now it's a perception-based weapon. Don't ask me why, because that's just my theory is that perhaps a thing. But I don't want to fight this boss anyway. I think there's an achievement for defeating an enemy with the chainsaw, but we need to hit something. And then due to my house rules for this series, we also need to survive. But do I want to try doing it for this encounter? We need to hit 4 out of 5, and the chances are actually pretty good here. So, unless a freak accident happens, yeah, there's the achievement. That being said, we still need to survive the run, so here's hoping. We can take Flood now, though. With the chainsaw is a very, very good weapon if we're to do a mini review of it for the moment. It's so good that I took experience on the bath there. I almost said blood, because I'm thinking of Blood Frenzy, which I still have not gotten rid of. Actually, I might want to do that now. So I can Desperate Struggle this encounter. If I'm going to lose stamina, I might as well do it here. If I can one-shot this guy reliably, which I should be able to do. Because this should be like 10 damage per. Yeah. I don't even need to do prep, but we're just going to do it to be safe. And my math should not fail me this time. I'm really salty about that first run, but that's why we're doing the second one. I also forgot my second encounter, but we'll deal with it when we get there. Do the same thing here. I did not save the sequence. But yeah, Chainsaw is a very fast weapon, therefore you can reliably get at least 10 damage usually. And if it's even 8 damage because of random item stats, no one really cares because it's so fast that you potentially get a lot of damage anyway. That being said, we will rest once because school shenanigans. I think I could have actually died there, but the Theologist is also in the school, which means we get to rest a lot more if need be. Let's not lose more Doom, by the way. Just in case. I mean, effectively, we would be at 59% Doom, if not for Akamanto, so hey. We didn't even get to top our stamina off, but that's fine. So, do I just want to go all out here? No, the answer is no. We can do this instead, unless we can fit another one of these, but that's RNG, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to do this, and we perfectly get to defeat enemy B, as the game reminds me that I'm on medical history. But for the moment, we should still be okay. Now, I would have liked to use the Blessed Shell here, but without spending any Doom, the Chainsaw is still the better option. I could also opt to throw the Flashlight, since I know that we don't have a thing. And I can already do Prep Attack, Prep Strong. The question is... Oh, no. Yeah, no, I'd perfectly be able to do Desperate, Prep Attack. But for the purposes of saving on some reason, might as well. Let's do this. Get that extra point of reason squeezed back into my face because, yeah, that's... It would feel good to have a lot of reason in my brain juices, but anywho. So, Daddy's Girl would be great. Ammo Stash would be kind of bleh, but we did get Daddy's Girl, so pretty good stamina healing over the course of your run, because you have to also keep in mind that you have possibly the Restless bonus, which gives you another point of stamina and reason, so... Also, Hell Arms. We'll take Arms just in case of boss mysteries. Although we're going to be stuck in the mansion during the end of Hell, I would rather that than a boss mystery. Unless I get really hurt, but that's not for me to decide. Oh boy, this doesn't look fun. I could choose to run here. Yeah. I'm gonna gamble at the next turn though, so oh my goodness, I should not be recording at this time, but yeah, we need to hit 4 out of 5 of these, and the chances of that are pretty good, although I should not continue taking those risks because I will eventually miss one. That being said, we still have roads closed, or not roads closed, a Book of Gore. If I were to check really quickly while we're loading here. And here I'll spend the Doom, but if the receptionist calls me, I will trade reason for Doom here too. But yeah, starting with the old shotgun is very powerful, and if you can get the chainsaw, I personally don't use the chainsaw as much because it's not as reliable for me, as you've seen at the beginning of both runs here, where it's... Rerolling is a heck of a thing. Also, Mangled Hand, so bye. Yeah, we'll actually roll RNG here. If I take this reason damage to the face, again, we have Book of Gore. That's why I don't mind doing this as much. Also, we are on medical history, so we want to get out ASAP. But otherwise, yeah, this should be a pretty comfortable run. Nothing really much else to say about it all. The old shotgun's pretty good. Moriko has perks for it. And, yeah. I mean, even something as small as when you give yourself ringing ears and you pop it, I don't think you lose reason. I'm pretty sure you lose stamina. But if you do lose stamina, the fact that you have Daddy's Girl helps healing your stamina back. And in fact, I'm just gonna heal Reason here, because while I could take Strength, we're not gonna do that. And into Household Hell I go. Basically, we have all the Doom we need to survive. It would be nice, because as I mentioned earlier, I did forget my second encounter, so it would be nice. Period. That being said, if I that's an exception. If I can spend 1% Doom to get out of an event, I would. Basically, if every event gave you only 1% Doom as its resulting, even with the investigation Doom increase, that's standard. Because if you didn't know, you spend 1 Doom for every investigation you do, normally. Yeah, you would probably survive, even on Harbinger. But, as we get close to dying on Reason here, the whole fun of the game is that you mix in a bunch of stuff here and there. But anywho. So yeah, fun. This should be real, right? I'm not gonna accidentally get myself killed because arithmetic. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, otherwise there are some other things you can do. Let me actually do this, because that would be great for healing. With the thing, I think the quote-unquote hardest thing to do in this game at the moment would be to fire from a firearm weapon, not just the old shotgun, and then use the handcuffs. Because the game switches your screens immediately. You can kind of cheat it. There's a way to basically bug out the UI, but that's more a bug. I mean, you could also call the use of handcuffs during the launch of an action sequence a bug, but hey, also Chainsaw's other great use case is that even with Blood Moon, you're going to be able to prep attack. Old gods forbid you get a damage increase from prep attack, but hey. So, we know we're only losing 2 Reason, and we're losing 9 stamina, but we have 13 stamina, so unless a freak accident happens, I should be okay. Yeah, and we got Chainsaw immediately. Hakamato should be my second encounter, but as we get this unlocked here, we should be pretty good. I don't even need to level up. Let's just save yourself and myself the time. And if nothing else, if you like the video, you can feel free to support me in any way you feel is appropriate. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to complete this run, and I won't take up more of your time as we check on what we just unlocked. So, we unlock Herald as our old god, and I think there's something else, but I can't remember at the moment. But we'll play with Herald in the next video. It's an interesting one. It doesn't seem like much when you put it all together, but boy, those town effects. But yeah, without further ado, I won't take up much more of your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!